What do I do when my startup co-founder quits? Over 50% of all co-founder relationships end up failing. That's right. 1 in 2 co-founders don't work out. So there's a pretty good chance you're going to have to deal with this potentially company-killing problem. I should know. My first set of co-founders, Jim and John, quit, stole the company's IP, started a competing company, and left me for dead. Yet, somehow, my company survived and their company failed. I don't want this to happen to you. In today's video, I'll explain why most co-founder relationships fail, the steps you can take to prevent this from happening in advance, and I'll share with you the 5-step plan, 5 steps you can take to hire the right co-founders. I hope you like it. Hi, I'm Brett. On my channel, I help early stage startup CEOs like you raise money and grow your startup. So if this sounds like you, then hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. Let's get started. Why most co-founder relationships fail. There are 3 reasons that most co-founder relationships fail. The first reason is your co-founder isn't that good. The pressure is so great when you're starting out to build a team that you're happy when somebody, anybody, joins your startup. The problem is those first people that join your startup will set the standard for everyone that joined your startup for the rest of your company's existence. So, the B-level co-founder that you bring on will only hire other B and C level people. You will fail if you do this because you need A-level talent to win. The second reason your co-founder will fail is that your co-founder isn't a true believer in your cause. Starting a company is hard. There are many near-death experiences that you and your team will face on your journey. A co-founder that isn't all in will not make it through the challenges you will face. The third reason your co-founder will fail is that your co-founder isn't a cultural fit. You and your co-founder need to have a similar belief system in how to build and organize a company. I'm not saying you can't have disagreements. Far from it. I am saying that if you and your co-founders are fighting all the time, it's a recipe for disaster. The 5-step plan you can take to hire the right co-founders is this. And let's start with step number 1 on our list. Step number 1, start by looking for fanatics. Fanatics come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes fanatics are extroverts. Sometimes fanatics are introverts. Sometimes fanatics have great academic pedigrees. And sometimes fanatics don't have great academic pedigrees. But all fanatics are obsessed with your cause. Fanatics are so important to have as co-founders because fanatics will not give up at the first sign of trouble. Fanatics will fight to the death for your cause. And fanatics will not care about the odds of success. They will just continue fighting. So, look for the signs that your potential co-founders are as obsessed with your cause as you are. You'll see it in their excitement about building the company. Now let's move on to step number 2 on our list. Step 2, you're looking for people that have integrity. It's great that you found someone that is as fanatical about what you're doing as you are, but that's not enough. You need co-founders whose integrity is beyond reproach. You can't ever waver on integrity, period. End of story. For example, my first 2 co-founders, Jim and John, obviously had issues with integrity because they stole the company's IP to start their own competing company. It doesn't get any worse than that. That's why you need to walk away from any of your potential co-founders that show any signs that they don't have integrity. It doesn't matter how smart they are, and it doesn't matter how great of a cultural fit they are, and It doesn't matter how passionate or fanatical they are about the business, because you can't work with a co-founder if they don't have integrity, period. You will end up with a bad result if you work with a co-founder that lacks integrity. Guaranteed. So let's move on to step number 3 on our list. Step 3. You're looking for people that are really smart in their areas of expertise. Let's say you're looking for an engineering VP or CTO. You want someone that is great at what they do. The person can't be mediocre. The person has to be great, because the level of expertise and skill of the executive will set the level of expertise and skill of all future hires. So, you have a greater chance of hiring A-level engineers if you start with an A-level VP of engineering or CTO. You have almost no chance of hiring A-level engineers if you start with a B-level VP of engineering or CTO, because A-level engineers, and this should be obvious, do not want to work for a B-level VP engineering or CTO. My first choice to replace John was Julius. Julius was a solid B-level VP of engineering. The candidates that he wanted to hire were solid Bs as well. It quickly became clear to Julius and me that he was the wrong person for the role, and he left the company. Then I found my A-level founder in Jeroen. Jeroen was really great at what he did, and he was able to recruit an equally great team of engineers. That's what you want. Now let's move on to step number 4 on our list. Step number 4. You're looking for people that are cultural fits. Culture is actually one of the biggest determinants of startup success. So start thinking about the team that you want to assemble and their cultural fit before you bring on any co-founders. I'm not saying that everyone needs to be clones of each other. I am saying that there needs to be a shared set of beliefs that everyone on the founding team agrees on. Let's go back to Jeroen again. Jeroen and I spent a lot of time together before he officially joined the company. We talked about his philosophy of building a company and my philosophy of building a company. We talked about what we wanted the team to look like. It was clear to both of us that we had a similar view of the future. So, keep these 4 things in mind: fanaticism, integrity, smarts, and cultural fit as you are building your relationship with your potential co-founders. And don't be afraid to spend more time or passing if the relationship isn't moving in the right direction. I've got one more for you in just a second. We'll get there. Now, if this content is resonating with you, then please hit the like button right now. Now we're on to our one final thought, which is step number 5 on our list. Step number 5, go slow to go fast. The relationship with your co-founder is like a marriage. However, you have the added pressure of building a company with very little to no money. So is it any wonder that over 50% of all co-founder relationships fail? That's why you shouldn't be afraid to slow down and take your time making sure that you have the right co-founder. So take the time to really get to know your co-founder before you begin working together. Have that extra meeting. Make sure the fit is right based on the 4-step criterion I've outlined above. And don't be afraid to move on if any of these criterion are not met. Just remember that, just like in a marriage, you and your co-founders will be together for a long, long time if you're successful. Now, what did you learn from today's video? Put your answer in the comments column below today's video. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments column too, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Now, I have one more thing for you today. Actually, 2. The first one is my free startup pitch deck template. It has all the slides you need to develop an awesome pitch deck. Click the link below today's video and it's yours for free. And if you haven't already, join my free group of startup CEOs, Zero to Pitch. It is a community for startup CEOs focusing on growing their early stage startups and startup CEOs raising money for their early stage startups. Click the link below this video to join. Finally, click the subscribe button to get notified every time I release a new video. I'm Brett at brettjfox.com. Thanks for watching today. Take care. Bye.